Example number 25. Import regular expression library a equals to Python and JavaScript, b equals to regular expression dot split of backslash with a small s comma a comma 1, and then take the print of b. When you run it, you will get this output. Look at here, again we are skipping the white spaces. Look, we are dealing with a white space, but we are skipping it. We are skipping it in the line of a. As usual, first to import the regular expression library. RE means a regular expression. My A is Python and JavaScript. B equals to regular expression dot split of backslash with a small s comma a comma 1. We are using split to do the splitting. We are doing splitting here. By using the split function, we do the splitting of a. Then take the print of b. It will give this output. Because remember, everything happens here in the b. B is the main body. The main procedure takes place in the b here. So when you take the print of b, you will get this output. Now look at here. Look, I have three parameters here. Backslash with a small s and then comma a comma 1. This a is this one. And this comma 1 means to skip the white space one step. To skip it one space. Look, this comma 1 means to skip the white space only one. Just skip the first white space. 1 means just skip one white space. If you ignore 1 and put only comma a, it will skip all the white spaces. But since we have 1, which means that we are going one step ahead. Just move one step ahead. One step for what? For the white space, because look at here, we are dealing with a white space. Backslash with a small s, it shows the white space. By doing the split function with the RE, this regular expression backslash with the white space will ignore the white space. We already know that backslash with a small s is to match the white space. First match the white space and then escape it. Comma a is this one. This one means to move one step ahead, which means that skip only one white space. Python in the separate quotes and then comma and JavaScript. From here up to here we have a single split. They have been enclosed inside the quotes. So we have escaped only one white space. This white space has been covered here. Let me repeat it. This one means to move one step ahead in the white space, which means that only ignore the first white space, one white space. During splitting, we have Python separately and then comma and from end up to this, from end up to the JavaScript. This is another split. This is another split. The first one has been ignored. The first one has been ignored because of this one, and the second one has been covered here in the second split. So I hope you got the point now. Example number 26. Input regular expression a equals to Python and JavaScript, b equals to regular expression dot split of backslash with a small s comma a comma 2. Take the print of b. Your output will be this Python comma JavaScript. Again we are first matching the white space and then we escape it from the a by using the split function. So as usual, import the regular expression library here. A is the same, which is Python and JavaScript. B equals to regular expression dot split of backslash with a small s comma a comma 2, and then print of b. This time I have comma 2. Comma 2, it means that more two steps ahead for the white space. Remember, we are dealing with the white space. We are concerned with the white space. This regular expression backslash with the small s is for the white space. And then by using the split function, we escape the white space. So we are dealing with the white space here only. Look, we are not concerned with the Python. We are not concerned with the and we are not concerned with the JavaScript. We are only dealing with the white space. Because this regular expression shows the white space. It identifies the white space. If you remember, in last example 25, we had 1. So therefore we escaped only one white space. But since we have 2 here, so we will move 2 steps ahead. For what? For the white space. So we have 2 white spaces. We will escape both of the white spaces, this one and this one. Therefore I will have Python separately and JavaScript separately, because this white space from here up to here have been escaped. Both of the white spaces have been escaped. We have moved ahead 2 steps. step 1 and then step 2. So from step 1 up to step 2, whatever comes in the range, there will be escaped. And we'll move onward this, which is JavaScript. So we have only two split materials, Python and JavaScript. I hope you got the point now. If you put 3 here, you will move 3 steps ahead. Now let me solve one example for the substitution. Regular expression dot sub means regular expression dot substitution. We are going to substitute any specific value for the white space with the help of the regular expression. Now look at here, we are dealing with a white space. So far, whatever we have done, we were dealing with a white space. Again, in this example, I'm going to talk about the white space, but this time I will substitute value, character, integer for the white space. How I can do that? I will use the regular expression. So let me check an example. Example number 27. Import the regular expression library here, where a equals to Python and JavaScript, b equals to regular expression dot substitution of backslash with a small s, comma m inside the quotes, comma a. To the print of b, it will return this output. Now look at here, as I told you that we are dealing with a white space. I'm gonna substitute some value at the place of the white space, because this backslash with the small s is for the white space. We are matching the white space here. We are only concerned to the white space. We have nothing to do with the Python. We have nothing to do with the and. We have nothing to do with the JavaScript. We are dealing with the white spaces here, only white spaces, because this regular expression clearly mentions that match the white space in A. When you use the substitution function, this m will be placed at the place of white space. My first white space is between Python and and, so this m will be here between Python and and. The second white space is between and JavaScript, so the second m will be here between and JavaScript. So what I got here, I put the character m at the white spaces, As I told you, we are only dealing with the white space, So whatever you put here inside the quotes, whether it is m, whether it is n, whether it is any digit, it will be placed at the white spaces here, Since I have two white spaces, therefore I have m at two places, here and here. This a is this one, Python and JavaScript. This m will be placed in the a at two white spaces, here and here. This will be the final output. Example number 28. Import the regular expression library, a equals to Python and JavaScript, b equals to regular expression dot sub of backslash with a small s, comma 8 inside the quotes, comma a. Print of b, when you run it, you will get this Python 8 and 8 JavaScript. This will be the output. It is exactly the same thing what we have done in example number 27, but this time I put 8. It is a digit. You must include this value inside the quote. Whether it is a character or any digit, it has to be included inside the quotes. Since I have 8 here, therefore I will have 8 at the white spaces. I have one white space between Python and so this 8 comes between Python and at this white space place. The second white space is between and JavaScript, so the second 8 will come here between and JavaScript. I have substituted at the place of white space, here and here. Whatever thing you put inside the quotes, it will be placed at the place of the white space. Again, I'm telling you, I'm only dealing with the white space. I have no concern with the Python and JavaScript. I'm only concerned to the white spaces, because it is clearly mentions that backslash with a small s matches white space only. So by using the substitution function, this value will be placed in the a, this a, at the white spaces here and here.